My question is, how would my bosses and coworkers describe me? And I think my bosses and coworkers would describe me as someone who is respectful, not only respectful but eager to learn. And so, in the first part of that, I think my bosses especially, and coworkers, but bosses especially, would describe me as an employee who is respectful. Um, and I think that started just kind of from the way I was raised. I've always been taught to, dress professionally, speak professionally, um, and act respectfully to, those superior to me, being my bosses. Um, I, I have a good attitude around work. I don't take my problems out on my bosses and coworkers. I'm obedient. I do things without really questioning, and I'm showing up on time. Show up on time. My bosses, I think they would attest to that. And in the past, my bosses have shown great praise in um, kind of how I come to work and how I treat both the employees um, and the bosses. My coworkers can attest to that by I've worked plenty of jobs, and I'm pretty good at cooperating with other employees. I like to be on good terms with other employees. It makes a better work environment, and so I really make sure that I'm cooperative. I make sure that there's negotiating. I make sure that I don't ditch off other work on other people. And I try to speak to my coworkers with the same respect that I speak to my bosses in, because we're all kind of in this together. Um, yeah, and I mean, there's been plenty of times that I've had to compromise with employees. Sometimes it's not always that easy, but we get it done, and I think my bosses and coworkers can attest to that, to me doing that in the workplace. Um, the second part of this question, how would my bosses and coworkers describe me, is I would say that they would say I'm eager to learn. And I say that because I don't like being bad at a lot of things, especially a job that I'm at 15, 20 hours a week. So I'm eager to learn. I want to be better. Um, I start a job and it's hard at first. You don't really understand it, and that's actually kind of what makes me enjoy working sometimes, is getting better at it. And um, I really like to be the one that helps new people out, and kind of shows them the ropes. And I don't exactly like being the person that has to be shown the ropes for too long. Um, so yeah, I'm eager to learn, and um, yeah, eager to learn, eager to get the job done. I'm eager to figure out how to do the job better. Um, I've told bosses even how I think things could be done better than currently running. Um, I like to try to find a better way to do things. Um, but also one of the bigger parts too is I'm eager to learn because as with me respecting my uh, coworkers and bosses, I like to be able to have the respect back from them in my work that I do. And I don't like to be the one that, because I've been there before. I've been there where it takes me a long time to figure something out, and I just don't like it. And um, in my mind, I like to be the employee that has the respect from the bosses and the coworkers, um, not only for how I treat them, but also having respect from the work I do, which most of my bosses and coworkers in the past would probably say are my two biggest strengths that I bring to the workplace.